You're watching WTVY News 4, your hometown news leader.
And today, the 30th, marks the end of hurricane season. There were a handful of storms that had an impact on our area. Burl, Debbie, and Isaac, of course. Here's a look back at how News 4 covered some of the season's storms. The first tropical storm of the season. This is it. I was trying to make it a little bit bigger for you, but that's where the center of it is. This is where it's been, and this is where it is now heading. Has winds of 40 miles an hour, gusts of 50. It is about 346 miles from us, and it's moving now to the southeast at 5 miles per hour. This is Burl. You probably heard about it over the weekend. We talked about it last week. Look at the rain band spinning around Burl. Made landfall in Jacksonville about midnight last night. Notice a heavier rain back in this area is right along the coast. Tropical storm Debbie, still a tropical storm right now. Has weakened a little bit, but how could we tell? This was potential for us to have a big drought breaker in our area, and we missed it by that much. If it had been just a little bit further to the west, all the rain that went over the peninsula and then back through the northern sections of Florida would have been in our area, and we'd have gotten some great rain.
Live from McCulloch County with what's happening there. Deanna?
Reg, it is so hot and sunny here that you would never know that there's a tropical storm in the area until you look at this road behind me. Now, this has been flooded for the past couple of days since the rain started in Wakulla on Sunday and continued on to Monday, but the rain has finally stopped. However, that doesn't mean the flooding still isn't a big issue. Now, officers say they've been directing traffic on this road all day because they're afraid that someone might get stuck because they're really not sure how to judge these waters. Now, many homes in the soft, choppy area where I am are underwater, and many people have actually been evacuated.
Topping our headlines, Debbie is now out over the Atlantic Ocean and no longer a tropical system, like Connor mentioned. Tropical storm Debbie lost all of its tropical characteristics Wednesday afternoon. Now what's left of the storm continues to move further out to sea.
And this is what we were talking about earlier on Lake Pontchartrain in Louisiana. Earlier, of course, you couldn't see the coastline areas outlined there, but see those white caps that are coming up there? And the camera is moving because of the intense wind, of course, there. And you can see, if you look closely here out on the water, you can see how rough it is right now.
And it's bearing down on the Gulf and packing at least 75-mile-per-hour winds, I think.
Oscar Fans joins us now. He's watching that storm. He has the first ring of the weather. Oscar.
Appreciate it, guys. Actually, they're doing updates now every 2 hours and through the landfall period, and it is still 80-mile-an-hour winds, but the pressure has dropped. First of all, let's show TrueView what's going on. And you do see the circulation. It is about an hour or so away from making landfall just west of the mouth of the Mississippi River. And you see the tornado watch clips parts of Okaloosa County, but that's the only one in our area. Otherwise, that heavy rainfall will be hitting the New Orleans area. It's already started. They've had wind gusts to near 60 at the New Orleans airport.
Now, parts of the Wiregrass saw a smattering of tornado warnings Wednesday evening, and it's part of the far-reaching effects of Tropical Storm Isaac. Now, this picture is from Kayla Shepard in Graceville, Florida, where a tornado touched down yesterday near Graceville High School. Now, fortunately, there was no significant structural damage reported in the area. There were only downed trees.
All right, hope you remember some of that. The one thing we did not have for hurricane season is replenishing rain. That's why we're a foot below for the year. That's what we normally would receive during hurricane season. And frankly, it's a much bigger problem, I think, than most people realize, unless you're in the agricultural business around here. But if you are, you know, desperately in need of rain for quite a while. Yeah, we had some good crops because of the timing of some of that rain. But when you look at the big year for us, we're really dry. For us, hurricane season officially over. Of course, you can still have a storm outside of hurricane season. It is not typical for that to occur, though.
Well, great job to the.
I know.
I know what you're thinking right now. If you're in the television business, you're thinking, "Hey, is he putting together a resume?"
Yes,
but hey, we're on in the morning. We're going to use our stuff in the morning as much as we can.
There you go.
That's what we should do.
All right, time-wise, we're 22 after now.
All right, thanks a lot, Connor.